Hey guys, welcome. Facebook. I hope you're doing okay. I want to end the series today on purpose by talking about the fact that now that we understand that what we do is not our identity, what we do is not our purpose. We're never going to find our purpose in life by focusing on do, but we've got to focus on who. Then what we can talk about is what is that going to practically look like? And the who of us, okay, if we're focused on the who, in order to know who we are, we got to know whose we are, right? We've talked about that. Here's what's going to happen. When we stop searching for who we are, when we stop searching for purpose in all the things that we do, then we'll stop being people who go out into our roles desperate, hungry, empty, and needy, okay? Because what we're going to do is spend a lot more time. This is the practical part. We're going to spend a lot more time. Hey, good morning. Spend a lot more time in the who we are. And this is the hard work. This is where people get hung up. This is the challenge. This is what stops us from realizing that our purpose is in our identity, and our identity is in who we are, because it is actually hard work. So instead of doing this hard work, okay, remember, this is do and this is who. Instead of doing the hard work of who, we're willing to go out and do the not as hard work of do. Okay, does that make sense, right? So here's the hard work of who. The hard work of who is we've got to know who made us. Then we've got to know him. Once we've identified that, we've got to know him more intimately. We've got to have a desire in us to know the one who made us so intimately, right? So to such a depth, right? That we understand every little piece of his heart. When we start to get revelation, right? Insight into the who that made us, into every little piece of his heart, every intention of his heart, every thought process that he has, every perspective that he would bring to a situation, it is going to start either challenging us to move away from the who, and that's what gets scary, right? Because we're like, I could never be that in my roles to other people, as a wife, as a husband, as a father, as a mother, as a son, as a daughter, in my job, whatever I'm doing, right? I can never bring that. Okay. Or what will happen as we get to know him better in this who role, right? We're getting to know who made us, and that's really informing who we are. As we get to know his perspective, his heart, his intentions on every situation, we're going to become incredibly selfless. We're going to become incredibly loving. We're going to want to lay down our lives for others, and we're going to want to lay down our lives for people who can't give us anything in return. We're going to want to do for others and have them not know that we did for them, because our reward is not in the role. Our reward is not in the doing. Our reward is in the whoing. Our reward is in the fact that we know him so intimately that we understand that love is not about loving others first. Love really is about being so in love with him that we're so excited to love others because it is loving him. Does that make sense? We're so excited to go and love others. Okay, so let me wrap this up and make it super practical. We spend a lot of our time on the do. Okay. And there's times even, and I'm not trying to convict you or anything, but convict me, right? There's times even in the do, right? Where we say that we're doing it for them, but really there's something that we could get back as well. Okay. A win-win. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying we'll spend a lot of time in the do and we'll spend very little time in the who. What I'm saying is out of 24 hours of our day, why won't we spend a lot more time getting to know the one who made us? Okay. Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. But so why don't we spend a lot more time just in this intimacy? Why don't we spend 2 hours a day in prayer? Why don't we spend an hour a day, I believe, in the Bible? Okay, that's 3 hours of your day. That's not a large percentage, okay? Why don't we spend another hour a day, praying for others? Why don't we spend time going and giving to others and serving others, people who can't do anything for us? And then you know what we say? We say, because there's not enough time in the day, there's too many things I've got to do over here. And then I say, well, then we've lost our true north. right? We've lost our way. And that's what's happened to most of us, including me. If we would shift a lot more of our time into just knowing him, he will inform us who we are and who we should be in those roles because we will see things the way he sees it. We will have his heart in all those situations. And then in all the things that we do, we'll bring his love. We'll bring who he is. We'll bring his selflessness. We'll bring the fact that he laid down his life for people who spat in his face. You see what I'm saying? And what we'll say is, I want to love and serve the people who hate me. I want to love and serve the people who treat me wrongly. Something will well up in you if you will spend more time in the who, where you just have a greater heart for the people who dislike you than you even have for the people who like you. It is something very strange. The people who dislike you and treat you wrongly, you have a greater heart for them, and you will think more about them and what you can do to serve them than you will even spend on thinking about the people who care about you and love you. Because that's his heart at the end of the day. So we can stop thinking so much about the do, and we can just be filled up with the who, and it will so inform this that our lives will be different. Let me just wrap it up by saying this. It takes a lot of trust and faith because we've built up control of our lives and control of our futures and a foundation that we can live on and be sure of because we've got the do under control. Once we focus our lives on the who, then guess what happens? We lose control. Not because he takes over like a mean guy, but because his love and his perspective and his heart is so much greater than ours and so much more powerful than ours that we succumb to it and we go, holy cow, spending time in the who is so overwhelming to me that clearly I'm not in control and you are. And if I want to be in control, I got to run over to the do, right? But if you're going to be in control, I've got to know who you are and who you made me to be. And when he does that, then we present ourselves as a totally different person to the world around us than we've ever felt and we've ever been before and they've ever experienced before. It's life-changing and scary as heck. All right, that's all I got. Thanks, guys.